incitements and repeated provocation has now escalated to open threats to constitutional authorities now. This time, radical Islamists have written a threat letter to the Gyanvapi judge who has ordered a survey in the masjid. And in this dire threat letter, accessed by Times Now, the judge's faith and family are both under attack. Following this, the Varanasi police has now provided additional security to the judge as well.
Now, this is coming across as much of those areas that have been highlighted in that letter. It's a chilling threat note, and that came in when the judge earlier, when the first time that the survey was ordered, he had now let out concerns that his family had over his life. And this is now coming across as additional security has now been given not just to the judge but even the people who are part of the survey team. Going across to Madhav right now. Madhav, now this is the time that has come exactly when this chilling note that has been accessed by Times Now, and such radical elements are even not sparing the judge.
Well, absolutely. And in fact, this is the civil judge who had ordered that particular survey, and in fact raising some very serious questions about how, in fact, a judicial process that is underway in this particular manner is being sought to be undermined because of the kind of motives that are being imputed to this particular judge in that threat letter. Just look at the kind of language that has been used, and just look at the fact that here is a person. At the end of the day, if there is any dispute that any two individuals or any two groups may have, it is the judiciary that one looks up to go ahead and resolve that issue. And what was ordered was a survey to establish whether there was any truth in the claims that were being made by one particular side. The judge himself does not have the wherewithal to go ahead and conduct that particular survey. He will have to appoint a commission to actually go ahead and do that work for him, and that's the process that actually is underway. While there is the one side was opposing that particular survey itself and the appointment of the advocate commissioner, the point is that can we, in this particular manner, is it acceptable for judges in fact to be receiving these kind of threats? But be that as it may, the police has of course taken this entire matter into cognizance. Security has been provided to this particular judge, but all of this raises some very, very serious questions about how even constitutional and judicial positions are not being spared by these extremist elements who are even threatening such important functionaries in our system.
Absolutely, Madhav, because this is a letter that has been written by an Islamist organization, the Islamic Agaz movement, and once again taking our viewers through the excerpts of this letter and translating from Hindi, they state as to how in today's polarized India, even the judge is shrouded in saffron. They also go on to say how Muslims know militant Hindus who declared Gyanvapi as a temple. So these are language that is being used to provoke and also in a way threaten the judiciary itself.
Well, there's no doubt about that, and that clearly is the message that is going out from here, that if there are any such similar orders, that this is the kind of treatment that would be meted out, that this is the kind of threat that they would face from these very radical elements, from these very extremist elements that you were talking about. And that really is, of course, it's an entirely other matter whether they would actually carry out such kind of an attack. But the very fact that even the judiciary is not being spared in this particular manner on this very, very high-profile case, the case that has the entire nation's attention, raises some very serious questions about what the real intent is of such kind of individuals, and whether such kind of extremists at the end of the day giving out these kind of messages, these kind of threat letters, will it really at some point of time lead to the judiciary level, being or taking all of these aspects into account. At this point of time, of course, the administration, as we were discussing, taking cognizance of this entire matter, they have provided security to the judge concerned, but the fact is that it raises some very serious questions about an attempt to browbeat the judiciary, an organization, an institution that is supposed to be completely fair, one of the three pillars of our democracy. How can this kind of a brazen attempt be made is certainly a question that several are asking, and what is the precedent that is attempted to be set over here?
All right, Madhav continues to be with us. We'll also have Ashutosh joining us live from Varanasi. We'll just go across to him when we lay out urgent reactions that are coming in at